Well, hello there YouTube. It's here BMW. It's Friday afternoon. Just got home from work. Haven't even changed my clothes yet. And got a big old box here, so I thought I'd open it up and show it to y'all. So you can see, and upside down, but it's from our good friends at Griot's Garage. And for those of you who follow me regularly, which I don't know if there's actually anybody, but you will know that I sort of spoiled the surprise when I opened up my spare tire the other day. It sort of let on that this was coming. But here it is. I'm actually kind of excited about this. This comes with the kit, but it's their detailer's handbook. And I've heard some good things about it. Of course, it uses all their product, but the information I think is going to be very valuable. So I'm looking forward to that. And let's see what we got here. Alright. Machine polish and wax kit. Now I bought this whole thing as one kit off of their website, so that's just what they've called it. There you go. Nicely packed, I have to say. Big fan of Apple stuff, and I think one of the most fun things about buying anything from Apple is the way they really take the time and care when they design packaging. So there we go. Alright, there's the Speed Shine. Now this is got a couple of purposes, but primarily the purpose in which it comes with this kit is for using the clay. Of course, the car needs to be clayed before it's before you do anything with it. And then here are the two pads. The red is for the wax, and then the orange is the polish. So this will be the more aggressive, and then this will be the finer finish. And then there's what they call their Best in Show wax and Machine Polish 3. And this is the one step up. They have, I think, 4 grades of this polish, and this is one step up from the finest. And it is the one that they absolutely recommend that you use on your paint, with 1 being the most aggressive. And having never done it before, because you can do this multiple times, so I can do an area, and if it gets most but not all of the scratches, I can do this again, and I can do it again if I need to. So I'm going to start out with it. It's what they recommend, and we'll just see. I can always order, I don't know that I'd order number 1, but I could always order number 2. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And then here's the Mac Daddy. There we go. I sure did a lot of research. And in my view, it came down to this one or the Meguiar's. And I have to say, in the end, I felt like this one, well, having spent a great deal of my life working with power tools, what I liked about this one was this overall dimension. It gets your hand and everything closer to the surface. The Meguiar's, it looked a little bigger and bulkier, and that's the extent of it. I think they both probably do an equally good job. I have no reason to believe otherwise. And this one, with the kit, and no matter how I priced it and whatnot, this one was a little bit more affordable, which wasn't really my primary motivating concern, but you know, it's something to consider. So there you go. It comes with a full set of instructions, which is good. I'm liking that. And really, I shouldn't say all they offer, but primarily what they offer is 2 different cords. So this is a 10-foot cord here And I think that they offered a longer one, and I want to think it was $20, $40 more. And quite frankly, that's what they make extension cords for. So I didn't see any reason to spend any extra. And then down here in the bottom of the box, a couple of tools, and that's primarily for taking the buffing pad off. And there's a good tip right there. You shouldn't really ever leave it sitting on that pad, especially if it's not perfectly flat, because if that thing gets twisted or it gets bent, it can really throw you into a mess. Usually they'll straighten themselves back out, but if they don't, well, you know, you can be in a bit of a mess, especially if you're not used to working with sanders. And, well, that's not a sander, but sanders, same purpose. And they looks like they've included a nice catalog. Cool. And then some inserts here. Who knows? This will be sit down and figure out what's in here tonight when I have a conversation with Sam Adams. And there's my invoice. So there you go, guys. It's been an expensive couple of days, but really this is the foundation. This system here is the foundation of a big part of why I bought my 06 330i, because it's black. And I have gotten several comments from people saying the car looks amazing. Why am I talking about how bad the paint is? But I have neither the ability with this iPhone to show you the defects, or the I don't know how to do it. With the black car, it's just really hard, and people keep saying, I don't know, it looks fine to me. And I with the lighting I have in here, it's just, you know, I don't want to sound like I'm minimizing the fact that the car looks good, but I think that's primarily due to the fact that it's an incredibly good looking car on its own, hands down, regardless. And because I try and keep it clean, and it has a nice shine, from 10 feet it does. It looks amazing. But as soon as you get up close, it loses it loses some of the luster to me. But apparently not to others, and that's wonderful. You know, I mean, it would be a little bit of a disappointment personally if I got done doing all this color correction and nobody noticed. But then again, quite frankly, nobody other than me ever pays it any mind. I'm just the obsessive nut who wants to learn it and have it look as close to new as I can. So there you go. Anyway, YouTube, I'm going to say goodbye. It's going to be a busy weekend. Got a lot planned. Not the least of which is picking a panel, probably the trunk, and just getting to it. I got nothing to lose, and I'm absolutely confident that with the instructions and the equipment that I've gotten and the research I've done, that it's going to turn out great. And it's not going to be a professional restoration, but that's okay. If it's better, a lot better, which I'm confident it will be, I'm going to be happy. So at some point I'll get back with you this weekend, and hope you all have a good weekend. We'll talk to you later. Bye. Alright, YouTube, it's Hair BMW, and just in the initial phases of my paint correction project on my 06 330i E90, and I've got my Griot's Garage DA over there in the bag. The car's been washed, and I even put up my little tent out there today because that's the east side of my house, and in the morning we get all that beautiful, beautiful sun. But unfortunately, with a black car, even that morning sun is just so hot. So the car has been washed and dried, and right now it's kind of just sitting inside cooling off. So the next step, I've got it taped off. The next step will be to clay. So probably going to have to wait a little while, then I'm going to clay, And then, my gosh, I'm going to get into it. And I'm going to try my best to give you an idea of what I'm after here. Of course, you can see the roughness of the ceiling reflected in the paint, and that just messes with me to no end. And I'm just trying to be able to show you, you know, there's just little spots, and they're in the paint. Some of them are birds where they weren't cleaned off. You know, there you can see the scratches just going back and forth this way. And they're just the scratches from, you know, I mean, they're not keys or anything. They're just scratches from, I guess, drying and whatnot like that. And it's interesting. I'm such an anal retentive individual. Excuse my language. But no matter how much research I do, no matter how many things I think I understand about a project, it seems like as soon as I get started, I get obsessing over so many details that I have to force myself to step back and just go ahead and do it. And I have to say that the Mr. Griot from Griot's Garage he's really good about it. Look, you can't hurt anything, just do it. But I've been having this running argument with myself all morning about did I get all of the old wax. I don't think there was any wax left on this car from an owner. I think all that was left on it was the crap that the dealers spray all over it 10 minutes before you take delivery of it. And it was splotchy, and it was just all over. You know, it beat it up some places it didn't. It was inconsistent. So, you know, I did the wash with a pretty aggressive non-automotive soap. The idea to get all of that off of there. So I'm committed to it now. Although I have to say it still has really good shine for not having any wax left on it, or as near as I could get it. It's all off. So anyway, I think I showed everybody on my earlier video. There's my new spare tire kit that I got from Bimmerzone, and I still need to stop. Meant to do it last night, and quite frankly just drove by and forgot. But I'm going to stop and get some of the ratchet straps. So when this is pushed back, I'll go from the anchor points back there in the corners, and up they have some up here, and I'm going to get it tied down, even though at some point I'm going to make a rack that's going to go underneath the tire to get the tire pushed up, so that my package door back here will still open, and it will give me some room underneath the tire. I think that's the plan anyway. So anyway, that's a quick, what turns into 5 minutes. Goodness, I get yakking and I forget how long these things can run on to be. But anyway, I'll get back to you when I get started actually doing something and stop just talking about it. Alright, see you. Hey there YouTube, it's Hair BMW. I just walked in from getting a drink, and I noticed that if you look at the front fender, and right behind the front fender, the kind of shine that you see there, and you'll notice the passenger door hasn't been done yet, and I think there's kind of a good reference point there to how much really gloss and shine that polish brings out. So far I've got the hood, the trunk, the roof, and the front passenger fender done, and it's taken about an hour and a half to get to this point, so really not very time consuming. By the time you tape everything up and then go over each panel before you do it with the clay bar, it really goes pretty quick. I've pretty much done every surface at least twice. The roof I actually did 3 times, and there's some really nasty scratches there. You can't feel them, but boy, you can sure see them. And again, I know I can't get them for you all to see in there, but that will be for another day. I may have to choose to go with machine polish 1 or 2. I've been using machine polish 3, which is sort of the middle one, which is the recommended one. 1 and 2 are far more aggressive, 1 being the most aggressive. And, you know, I don't know whether I really want to go down that road. I'm just not sure. We'll see when I'm done and how adventurous I feel, but for now, just wanted to give you a quick update. Bye. Alright, YouTube, I'm just like a kid in a candy store. I can't resist, and I don't know that you're going to be able to see it any better up with the hood up or down or anything else, but I have to tell you, and this is just polish, okay? This is just polish. This isn't even wax yet. And all the swirl marks are gone. The little bird crap residue stains that were left in there, gone. I mean, you're looking into the hood at the ceiling. I mean, goodness. This is just amazing. Amazing. That's all I can say. This product certainly seems, it's early yet, but it certainly seems to live up to its what it's selling itself as. So I'm on it now. I don't even know what time it is. It's doesn't matter. I'm going to be at it till I'm done. Not quite noon yet here on a Saturday. So I'm just going to get on it. Hopefully, if I can get the whole car done today with the polish, then I'll have all day tomorrow to do the wax. So we'll see, but that's the plan. We'll get back to you. Bye. Alright, YouTube, it's here BMW doing the paint correction on my 06 E90 330i. It's now, near as makes no difference, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I've been at this since, I don't know, 7:30 this morning. So, the car has been polished top to bottom using my Griot's Garage DA and Machine Polish 3 is what they recommend. So my initial impressions are that the paint is bad enough on this car that I probably need to use at least Machine Polish 2 and perhaps even Machine Polish 1. It is so difficult. I know I sound like a broken record, but it is so difficult with a black car to be able to not only show you, the viewers, the kinds of things that I'm running into, but quite frankly, just to see them myself in some cases. You think it looks great, and then you stand in a different light, and it's like, daggone, look at all those. And when I say scratches, I don't mean deep key marks. I mean, like, I don't know if you can see along in here where I can't get with my machine. And as I've said before, this car has at least in part been resprayed, and I've spent so much time on it now, I can see that, you know, it was a pretty lousy respray job, and in a lot of cases it just, you know, there's stuff in the paint, there's some orange peel, there's some drips and runs, and that's okay. I didn't buy the car expecting the paint to be perfect. I knew what I wanted. This is what I wanted, and I'm okay. And there are some interesting things about the Griot's DA. First off, it's much heavier than I thought it would be. And after a day of using this thing, it is beefy, and that's okay. But it is very, very beefy. It handles beautifully. I have nothing but good things to say about it. You need a lot of microfiber towels. that I guess is probably not a surprise. And the um, the machine polish worked like a charm. Absolutely fantastic stuff. As was the clay. You can see this is just a little bit that I've been using today, and amazingly, nothing to speak of has come off the car. So I think, at least in part, just, you know, gets washed virtually every weekend. And this stuff here is speed shine, which is what you use primarily to as a lubricant for the clay. And it says if it's difficult to get the haze off after you've polished, you can use that on a rag. And quite frankly, I found that I had to use it virtually all the time. So either I've done something wrong, or I don't have the elbow grease to get the stuff off, or whatever. I don't know. But it's you know, the products are working like a treat. I couldn't be happier. Really, everything is going along well. But I have to say, if there is one thing that I was not prepared for, by any stretch of the imagination, it's the amount of dust that this process creates. I have literally spent 40 minutes with the air hose, and then a couple of rags, one that had some speed shine left on, and then another just dry one, just trying to get all the dust off. It just is everywhere from this polish, and I guess that's normal. And a lot of you probably going to go, well, of course, what did you think was going to happen? Well, I didn't know. Haven't done it before. So I wasn't really prepared for that. And so tomorrow's whole day is going to be, well, I don't know how long it'll take, but I've set up the whole day to do the Best in Show wax. So looking forward to that. And I'm hoping that it's really just going to take a couple of hours, because, man, I've got so much cleaning to do on this car. I mean, just everything needs to be cleaned. I mean, I just washed it, but, man, the windows and the trim and just, goodness gracious, just stuff everywhere. So that's the plan. And I still got a mess in the shop to clean up, the hoses and the air hose and just all that stuff. But I decided that Sam Adams and I needed to sit down and do a little reading. So we're reading up on tomorrow's work from Mr. Griot. Is waxing and sealing. And this book that they send is really very good. Walks you through everything, lays out all the products, and very happy indeed. It's been a good day, been a hard day, been a busy day, but that's the best kind. You know, you work hard all week and you come home, and some people sit in the chair and watch TV or go hunting or whatever, and for me, there's no better day than spending it in the garage. And not that anybody's ever going to know, but I will point out that I'm not really spending a lot of time on the bumper. It's in pretty bad shape. You can see down along the bottom what look like horizontal white lines. Well, those are actually some pretty bad scrapes, and in one section it's actually cracked pretty badly. And I covered in one of my videos that this headlight I've sort of tried to polish out. That one over there still looks a little yellow. I haven't done that one yet. So I may see about just taking the front bumper off and having it, you know, take it to a body shop and have them, you know, repair it, sand it, prime it, paint it, and while that's being done, then I can think about either replacing the whole headlight assembly or taking it out and really going to it rather than using the drill. Is go to it with, you know, sandpaper and whatnot. I don't know. With them in there, it's difficult to get down into the little corner there with the pad they give you that goes on the drill, and so I don't know. Oh, excuse me. We'll have to see. But for now, just gonna have finish up my adult beverage, do a little reading, give my back a rest, and then clean up the garage, and then that'll be it for today. Race is at Dover tomorrow, so boy, I'd sure like to be done with everything before the race, but I don't know whether that's going to happen. But if I can get the polish on there and at least get it semi cleaned up, I can work a little each night next week and probably get the windows clean. And whew, boy, the engine compartment and the trunk, they're all going to need to be attended to. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good. There's more things to do. So figured I'd give you an update, and if the weather's good tomorrow, when I get done, I'll try and get the car outside and give everybody a look at me now kind of shot. But we'll see. Alright, we'll talk to you later. Bye. Hey there YouTube, it's Hair BMW, and I'm going to try a little practical experiment here for you. Thanks to Larry at Ammo NYC and Griot's Garage, I've learned about using your clay bar on glass, and I'm going to put the camera really close to the glass, and I hope you'll be able to hear. It's not dirty, it just feels really rough, like very fine grit sandpaper. And I've already done the other side over here. Currently the car's got its wax on and it's drying, but you know, it's kind of a stupid thing to say, but I mean, it's like glass now. I mean, this is just as smooth, like the paint, just as smooth as a baby's butt. So in this case, all I'm using is my Griot's paint cleaning clay, and I'm using as a lubricant the Speed Shine, and then once I get it cleaned off, just using the window cleaner. So just one of those little tips that I've learned made a huge difference. I've done all the glass in the car now, and just makes an enormous difference. It's just amazing how much of the environment gets stuck to your car. I knew about it on the paint, but I guess I just never thought about it with the glass. So anyway, I'll add this in. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. Bye. Well, YouTube fans, it's Hair BMW, and this is the grand unveiling. This is the results of one weekend of DA polishing and waxing using my Griot's Garage kit on my 06 E90 330i, and I have to say, it looks pretty dang good to me. Now, truth be told, and I've said it before if you've seen any of my other videos, that at best, this paint is a 5 out of 10. It shows signs of wear and defect on every single panel, hands down, every single panel. But I have to say that even given all that the results are pretty amazing. Now, I'm an amateur, and I'm using good tools, and I've got a fair amount of knowledge and a little bit of ability, but I have to say, I am pretty daggone pleased. Pretty daggone pleased with that. So, there you have it. Wish I knew how these guys that do this all the time figured out how to get those amazing glamour shots. That's the best I could do. I know it helps to turn the front wheels. I don't know why, but it seems to make it look better. But aside from the fact that it really did get an awful lot of the scratches out of it, not all of them by any means, but it sure did get a lot of them out. But now I know that the car is clean, it's got a good polish on it, and it's got a good wax on it. There's no reason that I shouldn't be able to, you know, keep it so that the water will bead up nicely, and when it's parked outside, should be able to keep it in pretty good order. And I do want to say, any of you that are thinking about undertaking this particular project, it was a 12.5-hour day on Saturday. It's been a 6-hour day today, and there's at least, for me, there's at least another day's worth of detailing to clean up all the residue that's left after the polish and wax. There's just dusty stuff everywhere. There's little bits of polish that are still on the trim moldings and things like that. I've tried to get most of it off, but I didn't get all of it. Car needs to be vacuumed, and all the door sills need to be cleaned, and it's a much more involved process than I thought. It is not hard, although I did mention earlier in my Griot's sort of unpacking and talking about the first pass with it. There's no doubt that that DA is heavier than what I thought it would be. And the crouching and climbing and lifting and twisting and turning, well, when you get to be an old man like me, starts to take its toll. So, you know, I definitely feel it, but, you know, I think, as you can see, the results are well worth it. So, I will sort of recap. This is the kit that I bought from Griot's. So it's got the DA, you've got the 2 pads. This is for the polish, and the red one, which is drying now, is for the wax. And this is the machine polish number 3, which for as bad as that car is with the scratches, no question they need at least 2. And I probably wouldn't go with 1 because I'm kind of afraid of that much aggressive grit. The Best in Show wax, piece of cake, went on, came off just like they said. The clay, nice stuff, speed shine. Use it for lubricant to do the clay bar, and also to help get the wax residue off. You know, I think I mentioned that they have sort of 2 kits. One has got like a 25-foot cord, the other's a 10-foot cord. You know, I bought the 10-foot, and there's my extension cord, and you know, there's a little trick that I've used for years when I was in the contracting business, and you know, it works here too. This DA comes with this really nice sort of Velcro strap to tidy up your cord, and you can buy those. I used them on my Z3 to hold my windscreen in. You can buy them at Lowe's or any place like that. And alright, sorry about that. I'm going to have to turn you over this way so the dang phone will stay. So what I do is, because as you're working on the car, invariably what happens is you jerk the cord, it gets caught under the tire, the thing pops apart. So I just take this and wrap it up around, pull it tight, wrap it up around the end of the extension cord, and then back down like that. Keeps it from pulling apart. So I don't know, just one of those little things. So that's about it. Just got a mess in the shop, got to get cleaned up and get stuff put away. You can see a pile of microfiber rags, and I mean primarily this pile is just what I've used. That's kind of where I collect them up, getting them ready to go in the washing machine. And definitely the spare tanks, my spare air tanks that go along with my compressor. Man, I used a ton of air, trying to blow off all that dust and residue after the polishing, mostly. Just dust everywhere, and you kind of have to get it off, because if you don't, it sort of sticks, and then you have to sort of buff it off. So last night when I was all done, I actually came back down almost an hour just before I went to bed, after all the dust had settled out of the air, and wiped the entire car down again. So you know, when you watch the videos that folks do on television or on YouTube, you know, they kind of skip all those bits, and I did too, because I mean, it's just tedious. I mean, what are you gonna show? It's dust. Oh, okay, well, there's dust. So anyway, I'm just as happy as I can be with the results, and I'm still just such a fan of this body style and this option list. It's pretty hard for anybody to see that car and not wonder if it's dang near brand new. Maybe that's a little egotistical, but I just think it is such a sweet car. Just a great design. It's so roomy. For those of you who saw my earlier video, I did follow my instructions, and this weekend I jacked the car up and I tried my Bimmer Zone spare tire on both the front and rear, and it fits just fine. It clears the brake calipers, which I think is primarily where you'd have to worry about, you know, the tire not fitting. The lug pattern and everything is going to fit, but that's pretty good. I mean, when you can see the old Larry Casilla test is, you know, how clear are the leaves that you can see. Can you see the clouds? Well, the clouds, we don't really have any clouds today, but those leaves don't look murky, and they don't look washed out. So black car, I'll tell you, if you don't know what you're getting into when you buy a black car, you really can be in for a world of pain. Every little thing shows up. But that's all good. Couldn't be happier. I genuinely could not be happier. The Griot's product, I was doing some reading after I opened up all my stuff the other day, and really like the fact that it's made in the U.S., sold in the U.S. by a U.S. company, and I've got a whole little shopping list started for stuff that I need to add to my collection of products from them, and I'm definitely a fan. It's not that any one is better than the other. After I did all my research and decided that I liked the look of the machine, that's what led me to selecting them for the whole kit, and I wouldn't change a thing. I've always, good or bad, I've always been a fan of, once you get with a product, is try and stick with the whole product range under the belief that in a lot of cases this stuff is engineered to work together. Don't know if that's true or not. I get the sense that it is with the Griots, because you can put any of their polishes, or waxes I should say, over any of their other waxes. So I don't understand the chemistry, but I think it's all made with the same basic types of products, so they know they'll work together. So anyway, they've got a whole line, a huge line of stuff. So as I need to, I'm going to start buying some of their stuff, and some more of their stuff, and trying to stick with one line. If I'm happy with it, I don't see any reason not to. And man, I'll tell you, I'm sitting here looking out the window, out the door, and man, it sure looks good. I am just so happy with that. So anyway, have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you again.